Okay. All right. Hello, Abby. I am
Hello.
so excited to have you here today. As I just mentioned to you, Abby and I were just chatting before this, and I really was excited to speak with her because during AOYS, you had some pretty incredible experiences and just revelations, and you moved through some pieces that were, to me, felt significant. And I'm sure that they were for you too. And so I was really just stoked to be here and to share for other people that are considering joining AOYS, how you found the program in the first place, what sort of drew you to it, and then, what revelations, what things shifted for you within AOYS, and then what's happening since. And so let's start with the first part. How did you find it and what called you to it?
Okay, so what called me to the program really was I've been following you, Caley, for a while. And I remember after, or maybe it was in the middle of during my first yoga teacher training, coming to some of your online classes because it was during COVID time, and then writing you a message on Instagram, and then you responded. And I was like, oh my God, she actually responded to me, and you sent me such lovely voice messages. And I just felt such a kindred connection, and really I felt your heart and how you care about the people that are reaching out to you. And so I've been following you and saw this training pop up and felt really like, yes, this is something I want to do. I'd been tiptoeing into Yoga Nidra for a while. And to be able to really deepen this understanding of the practice, it just felt like, yep, this is what I'm supposed to do right now. I absolutely loved the program. Having these, I think we had 2 intensive weekends where we were all together for a few hours a day. And then we had the rest of the time to move at our own pace. The course was tailored in a way that there were assignments that you had to complete. So there was a structure. Whereas in some hybrid courses, there isn't that structure. So you're kind of just on your own and no one's holding you accountable. But what was great about this is that you were holding us accountable with this, the solid structure. And then from there, we were able to, or at least I felt like I was able to go into my own processes within this container.
Yeah. I love hearing that. First of all, thank you for sharing how you found AOYS and how we connected originally. That's so sweet to hear that. I really love that. It warms my heart so much because I remember that. I remember you reaching out to me, and then you even said in your response, you're like, I can't believe you sent me a voice note back. And I just thought it was so cute, and I felt very connected to you as well, which was really, it's fun to have that, digitally. It's really incredible when you find that. And then the structure of AOYS, we're shifting a little bit this round because of, giving people that freedom and that spaciousness almost made it harder for some people because they didn't have the accountability to show up. So as you know, I've been working the last 8 months on upgrading AOYS and changing things and making it just amazing because you were in the very first cohort. And so it's so lovely to hear your feedback on that and, for sharing that and knowing that even that structure was still really beautiful and you felt held is awesome to hear. So I'd love to hear, and for the people listening, because I'm sure people want to know, what were the things what were the transformations for you that this training or that Yoga Nidra or this process sort of brought about for you, and how has that shifted, from who you were before joining to who you are now?
There's been a really big shift from the time we started the course. I was working through a lot of personal turmoil, which the practices really brought up, but they brought to the surface in a way that wasn't scary. I think through the practice of Nidra and through this training, these things were brought to the surface really in a way that it was just like, okay, Abby, here you go. This is what's going on. And through maintaining this practice, Nidra has just given me an opportunity to rest, but also to really rewire my my whole system, I think. Yeah, so just a little bit about what's been going on, because I can go into a whole
You've had so much shift, so much
I can
change,
have,
and even more now just speaking with you. But
yeah. I think being able to go through a bit of a period of chaos, but to have something that's really kept me grounded and be able to stay calm through the ending of a relationship, through a job shift, through about to move countries. I think before I would have just been completely in the chaos. But yeah, now I really feel like I'm able to, go into the chaos a little bit, but still stay with myself and still be aware of what's happening without getting swept away in it. So that's been really beautiful. I just feel like, yeah, this program and continuing the practice of Nidra has really helped me to just stay grounded, to stay a little bit calm.
yeah,
And to
it's like
really
the eye of the
understand what I need.
tornado.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And Abby, for your career, I know a lot has changed for you as well. Like not only ending of a relationship and moving to a new country, but you're shifting your career entirely from one thing to now something else. And I think
Yeah.
underneath the root of it all is the sense that I get from you is that you are, and the story you just told me about Abby was a professional dancer, and the story she just shared with me is, she was asked to do something that felt really harmful to her body and not good to her. And in her integrity and in her knowing, she said, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. And so the shifts I feel like that you've made are such an integral, like integrous sort of fibril, like coming together of you as like a beautiful infinite being who like made this decision to invest in herself and to really take a step towards nourishing your body in the most beautiful way and your soul in the most beautiful way. And now that's revealing itself in other ways in your career, and you're taking a completely different path.
Yeah. Totally different.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
Thank you.
Can you share a little bit about the shift for you in terms of your career path and, how these practices or these mindset set shifts that you've experienced are impacting the choices you're making?
So, yeah, so like Caley said, I've been dancing professionally for about 10 years, but training as a ballerina for 20 years. And that's a long time to
It's a
have
long
these
time.
kind of patterns really like, I can feel my brain is like, this is how everything is supposed to be. But to be able to feel that shift and to be able to really listen to what does my body need and what does my heart really need and what really is my truth, and to be able to listen to that and follow that, it's so beautiful. And I feel so lucky that I'm able to do that instead of just staying in this pattern of, okay, but this is what you've trained for 20 years, and this is what you always dreamt of, and this is da 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 da, this is how it's supposed to be. But then to be able to say, but actually that's not in my integrity anymore. So I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to move country and I'm going to teach yoga and lean into this, hopefully guiding people in Yoga Nidra to teach children and to impact the younger generation, to help them not be stuck in the same patterns that I was stuck in for such a long time. It's so exciting, and it makes me, it just lights
I'm
me up.
so excited for you, especially children. And children love Nidra. The body scan part of a Nidra is so effective for children. And I cannot wait to see how you blend this into what you do in the future. I know you've sort of just come out of AOYS. It's only been a couple months, and you're expanding and shifting. And so I can't wait to see what unfolds on this path for you. And I'm so grateful that you were available for this and to share with me your experience today and the transformations that you've had. And I know that people listening are going to see pieces of themselves in you, and the ending of a relationship, the shifting of a career, the moving of country. Like these are big changes, and And now to be using this as a tool to help other people heal, especially the younger generation, it's really profoundly beautiful. And I cannot wait to see what you do.
Thank you. And it's such a gift too. I feel so lucky.
It's true. Yeah. To be able to invest in yourself and to be able to do programs like this and to be able to make decisions like that and feel supported and in your integrity and knowing of your path is a gift. It's a true gift. I'm celebrating you so much. Thank you, Abby, so much for joining me today and for sharing.
My pleasure.
Yay. We'll talk to you soon.
Great.